Good morning, Paul and Bhargav. Today is Monday, August 14th, and here's the heads-up briefing for today. In Australasia and the Pacific Islands, we covered 6 issues. In North Asia, 5 issues. In Southeast Asia, we covered 17 issues, along with 20 issues in South Asia and the major developments in the EMEA region.
Okay, thanks. Go ahead.
Starting off with Australasia and the Pacific Islands, in Australia, the XR Drum Rebellion Group has scheduled a protest against fossil fuel funding in Sydney, New South Wales tomorrow. The protest will take place outside the Bank of China, ANZ, and Westpac in George Street High Market between 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. local time.
All right, so that affects a couple of clients. I'm sure you've already communicated that to them, but it's no biggie there. Thank you.
In China, the National Meteorological Center issued a blue alert for rainstorms in several regions, including Jilin, Lianyong, Xinjiang, Jiangsu, Hunan, and others until 8 p.m. local time today.
Thank you.
Moving over to Southeast Asia, in Malaysia, the state elections resulted in a status quo outcome between Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim's Pakatan Harapan unity government and the opposition alliance Perikatan Nasional. So the opposition alliance has retained the states of Kelantan, Kedah, and Terengganu, winning 146 seats from the 250 National State Assembly. Meanwhile, the unity government and its allies have secured the states of Selangor, Negeri, Sembilan, and Penang.
Okay, so when you say resulted in a status quo, you mean the number of seats held by the government and the opposition have remained pretty much steady. Is that the point?
Yes, that's correct, Paul.
Okay, thank you.
In Indonesia, the Golkar Party and the National Mandate Party yesterday declared their support for Prabowo Subianto, who is Gerindra Party's chair and presidential candidate for the 2024 election.
Okay, very interesting. And what about the Gerindra-led alliance?
So the Gerindra-led alliance now controls over 46% of seats in parliament with the added support from the aforementioned parties.
Okay, and I see that the best analyst in Indonesia by a long shot when it comes to analysing the political trends is, of course, Kevin O'Rourke at Reformasi, and he's still popping Prabowo in the lead. Is that correct?
Yes, Paul.
Okay, thanks.
Moving over to South Asia, in Pakistan, the Balochistan Liberation Army militants attacked a 7-vehicle convoy carrying 23 Chinese engineers to a construction site at Gwadar Port in Balochistan province at 9:30 a.m. local time yesterday.
All right. So the separatist movement in Balochistan continues to be a major challenge for the security establishment. Bassel, do we have more information on this attack?
Yes, Bhargav. So an improvised explosive device blast took place when the convoy was passing near the Gwadar police station. The clashes took place between militants and security forces, which led to the death of 2 militants, and the convoy remained unharmed. Following yesterday's attack, security measures have been increased in the province with entry and exit bans on main highway, as well as the internet service has been suspended in various parts of the city.
Thank you, Bassel. We need to keep track of these incidents and how the separatist movements evolve. There are quite a few allegations as to where they are getting the funding from, how they are strengthening themselves. The obvious question mark is, are they related to the Islamist factions of the Taliban who operate out of northern parts or the border regions of Balochistan with Afghanistan? And the other allegation is, of course, they are getting money from Mr. Dole, who is the National Security Advisor in Delhi. So let's keep a close eye on this and keep our clients updated.
Yes, Bhargav, sure. In India, over 10,000 police personnel will be deployed in New Delhi during Independence Day celebrations tomorrow. Entry into several roads, including Lovers Lane, KP Road, Hospital Road, Queensway, and Kingsway, and other roads as well, will be restricted from 5:30 a.m. local time tomorrow onwards. And vehicle checkpoints will be implemented at various entry points to the city.
All right, thank you. The security in the National Capital Region is likely to be very tight. Delhi Security Administration and Law and Order is not with the Chief Minister or the state government, it's with the central forces. So there will be heavy deployment of central armed police force, as well as some of the military units.
Moving over to the EMEA region, concerning the Russian-Ukrainian conflict, a Russian warship fired warning shots at a cargo ship in the Black Sea yesterday. The shots were fired at a Palau-flagged Sukru Okan vessel after the captain refused to halt for an inspection by the Russian military.
All right, thank you.
In Israel, nationwide anti-government protests will be held on August 19th against the controversial judicial reforms. The protests will be concentrated in Tel Aviv, particularly around Kaplan Street.
All right, nothing further from my end. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul and Bhargav.
Thanks, Scott.